Well, Geoffrey, thanks for watching this crazy story and how it's come about. To meet Raheel through Facebook, she's in California, and she was reading about my first film project called The Ninth Weapon, which I'm making this year, and she sent me some information about a friend of hers called Hussain, and I added him on Facebook, and she sent me these 2 video links, and I'd really love for you to see this. This is amazing. Hope you enjoy this.
As the federal government struggles to curb the people smuggling trade, one refugee already settled in WA is working to improve the image of asylum seekers. Hussain Siddiqui fled the unrest in Afghanistan. A member of the persecuted Hazara people and a national sports identity, he was considered a Taliban target. Now 10 years on, he's making the most of his new life in Perth and helping other refugees do the same. Claire Moody has the story.
Okay, boys, come on, please.
In Perth's growing migrant community, Hussain Siddiqui is developing quite a following.
Yeah, it's an amazing story, and I've actually sent you the links for all the videos that were sent to me online, so hopefully you can check them out if you're interested in our project. But what an incredible beginning.
Hussain Siddiqui should know. His first encounter with the ocean was aboard a small fishing boat with 140 other asylum seekers during a treacherous week-long crossing from Indonesia to Australia.
We had the biggest storm, and everybody's praying that night. Everybody praying, a few people are screaming, and they said yes. And that night, I understand the danger of ocean.
It was the last leg of a 3-month journey which started here in the central highlands of Afghanistan, where he says the Taliban were burning villages and killing hundreds.
Young people were the best target for them, and they used them to run over the landmine, and because they stand in front of landmine and say, okay, I will shoot you, or you run.
Then, aged 21, Hussain Siddiqui was considered a Taliban target. A national kung fu champion, he was well known and easy to find. He had no idea where he was headed when his family paid smugglers the equivalent of $5,000 to get him out of Afghanistan to safety.
To escape from Afghanistan, even from your own city, you have to find a smuggler. It was very, very stressful because if they catch you, they kill you.
That was nearly 10 years ago, and today Hussain Siddiqui is making the most of his second chance at life. Apart from his day job at this migrant resource centre, the 30-year-old is a circus arts graduate and recently appeared in 2 martial arts movies, the latter which earned him a US Film Industry Award for his fight scene choreography. So, what's next?
Yeah, so what's next is the perfect time to cut in, because after seeing these clips, I got inspired and wrote a story. Couldn't think of a perfect title. The word hope would be incredible in there somewhere, but wrote the first 2 acts based on the real life adventures that Hussain went through, and creating all that for a character where at the end he has to desperately raise money to help his family out back in Afghanistan, and to do that he has to win like a fighting tournament. And the films lately, like The Fighter, Warrior, Never Back Down, these films capitalising on the mainstream success of UFC around the world. And then seeing your story in the paper, you were out here for Trotfest, and at the time a story came out talking about how there should be films about asylum seekers. And I spoke to Hussain and we agreed we just should contact you. I mean, it'd be perfect. There's such a great role there for an Australian in the story, either at the detention centre or helping him outside, but aiding the journey of this incredible fight for life and fight for a dream to have a better life, and to be an incredible movie based on an amazing true story.
I left Afghanistan, I left my homeland as a refugee, as somebody who escaped. But I want to go back as a hero. I want to go back as somebody who bring a lot of things for the whole country, and bring a lot of hope. I want to tell a lot of untold story which happened in a century to Afghanistan, to the poor people. And they have a lot of things to say, but there is nobody to tell. And this is my dream to tell those stories and show the reality of Afghanistan, the reality of people in Afghanistan. When I was a kid, I had no idea about martial arts. but there was something in me which lead me towards it. In grade 1, I was in primary school. Like, we had 1 hour sports in a week, and the yard we had, it was full of stone, and nobody could play anything on it. And I was with my friend. I said, let's play kicking. We call it kicking. I was looking for something. There is something in me which I tried to find it. I don't know what was it. And my brother, actually, he had a Bruce Lee's picture. When I look at it, I said, yes, that's something. Which is I have a connection. And then after maybe 2 years, maybe I was 9 or 10, I found this martial arts academy close to my house, close to my village. And every night I go there and sit like this and watch them. Every night. But my family wouldn't let me enroll my name over there, especially my father. He said, no, you better do a study, not to do any kind of martial arts. I don't know why he was against it, but he said, in a country there is a war always, and you don't have any future in martial arts. I remember that day. That was Wednesday morning, and everybody, when I was on board, I could see everybody. They had so much fear. I could see in their eyes. And 2 nights later, we had a big storm. It was the biggest storm. I was sleeping, and my friend, he woke me up. When I got up, I saw, because we were a small boat, a small fishing boat, and 147 people on it. I saw everybody's crying, everybody's praying, and they praying loud. I stood up, and I'm looking everywhere around me. And for a moment, I couldn't hear anything. It was like everything mute, and I was just people, running around, grabbing each other's, and holding each other's, hugging and crying and asking for forgiveness. But I couldn't hear anything. It was quiet and mute. And for a moment I thought, is that really the end of my life? Is that really everybody's going to drown? Is that really, this is my destiny? One night I was thinking, I said, this is my life. And whatever is going, I'm losing it. But I grew up in difficulties. And I have to use this moment in the best possible way. And only thing which helped me and make me keep going, which make me stronger for my future, was hope.
So there you go, Geoffrey. That's where things are at. I think I've written sort of an outline for a story that could potentially be, really, really cool and important. Where I'm at is just to hand it to you. I mean, I want you to see this because I'd do anything to be involved in this, and I think it could be a great role for you. You might want to write it, you might want to produce it, you might want to know the right people to make it, because I think it's so important. Hussain's dream, and that's why I think the story behind it's incredible, just to get the story to happen.
In Afghanistan, the most important part of everybody's life is family. But the situation, the circumstance in my country, or to be honest, the reality of our life, force us to be apart from each other. We were a big family, big happy family, living together. But now, we're apart. Afghanistan, Iran, Australia. And this is my dream. how and when all my family, they become one, they become reunion together, and we could live at least, even for a short time, we live together. And that will be my peace and happiness.